I get asked this question all the time. I have this conversation all the time. How can I make more money in my nutrition coaching business without having to double the amount of work I'm doing, or even better, work less? If you've wondered about that question, I've worked through it. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video. I'm gonna break down exactly how I did it step by step. How I grew my coaching business beyond the limits of my time, working with clients whenever, wherever, scaling my nutrition coaching business past the 30K per month mark. If you're new to the channel and wondering why I'm qualified to speak on this topic, I'm Dr. Mark. Over the last 10 plus years, I've turned my passion for nutrition into a profitable coaching business. And now I help nutrition coaches all over the world do the same. Let's get into how you can do it too. Now, if you've been around coaching or done any sort of nutrition coaching in the past, you know how time consuming it can be. As a coach, you want to deliver tangible results for your clients because after all, that's what they're paying for, and that's what's gonna keep them coming back. When I first started out as a nutrition coach, I had this grand vision of helping as many people as possible, as many people as I could. And I had to realize that getting there wasn't about having all the nutrition knowledge or being able to write the perfect nutrition plan. And that's because it doesn't matter if you're working with 5 clients, 50 clients, 100 plus clients. Your ability to scale your coaching business as a nutrition coach is gonna come down to one thing. And that comes down to results. And that's not just the results that you get for your clients and help them achieve. Of course, that part is important. Client transformations are by far the best marketing tool for a nutrition coach. But I'm talking about a different type of results. And these are the results you get for yourself, the results you can achieve within your coaching business. This means the measurable progress that you're making in your coaching business and how you're scaling it bit by bit. The best thing you can do when you start nutrition coaching is realizing that there's different hats to wear in a business. You can't just be the coach, you also need to be the marketer to get clients, and you also need to be good at sales so you can take people that are interested and turn them into paying clients. But you also need to realize that at a certain level, you can't wear all of these hats. At the start of my coaching career, like a lot of coaches, I was wearing all the hats. This meant I was doing all my own marketing, creating my own posts on Canva, filming and writing my own videos. I was doing all my own admin work, which meant I was answering all client questions and inquiries. And of course, I was doing the coaching because that's what I signed up for. It was overwhelming at times, but I quickly realized if I couldn't get results for my clients, but also myself and within my business, I was doomed. The results for me and within my business meant taking a closer, harder look at what was working and what wasn't. Let's take social media, for example. At the beginning, when I was putting out social media content, I wasn't getting a lot of engagement. I would post things that I thought were amazing, but people weren't really reaching out or engaging with it. I got frustrated and I wanted to quit. But focusing on results means tweaking your approach and focusing on what works and what doesn't. For social media, this meant focusing on what was performing really well, more reels and short form content versus static posts. These were the things that were leading to more client inquiries and people reaching out, which is obviously gonna be the most important thing. I needed to learn that I needed to get in tune with what made people take action, what got them curious about coaching, and what made them take the next step. For me, this was more success stories and tips versus technical knowledge. Focusing on results doesn't mean you just throw things out there and see what sticks. You need to track, analyze, and double down on what's working, what gets people talking and sharing, and ultimately what gets them signing up for coaching. Take my private business coaching client, Cassandra, for example. She's really in tune with what works in her business and what doesn't. What she discovered in her process is that leading people to calls to talk about her coaching just really attracts a type of person that's not ready to make a decision, regardless of how good she is at sales. They get on these calls, they over-describe, they're not ready to take action, and they're incredibly price sensitive. She's discovered by looking closely at it that the people that do sign up for her coaching only do so when they've been on her email list for a while. They take a while to warm up. And once they express interest in coaching, Cassandra makes sure she pre-qualifies them before they get on a call. She asks them questions about how motivated they are, how willing they are to change their lives, but also invest in this type of service. And by doing this, she doesn't waste any of her precious time. You need to take massive action in your coaching business and then look back and see what works. The same thing goes for your nutrition coaching and your nutrition coaching clients and the people on your client roster. In the beginning of my coaching career, I was guilty of taking on any client I could. I would work with anyone. But over time, I realized that some clients just got better results than others, not just because they were more motivated, but they were the type of individuals that really resonated with my coaching style. The key to scaling to the next level and not wasting any time for me was to get laser focused on my niche. Finding the people that resonated with my coaching, that took everything I said really seriously, those are the ones that got better results. And when you help your clients get better results, the better results you'll get in your coaching business, because that's the thing that fuels all the growth. And once I had a system that worked, both in terms of delivering results for my clients, but also growing my coaching business, I knew it couldn't stop there. If you're serious about scaling your nutrition coaching business, you can't be satisfied with a few wins here or there. You need to constantly think and act on how to amplify those wins. Now, scaling also means looking at the long term and not just what you need in the short term. It's not just about how to get more clients this month. It's about attracting those clients and retaining them over the long term, because that's when they're gonna get the best results as well. It's easy to get caught up in chasing short-term wins, but when you look at long-term growth, that's where all the sustainability in your business is going to be. One of the biggest turning points for me was realizing that I couldn't do all of this myself. I had to figure out what was working and then replicate it in a way that didn't have me involved step after step. This was the hardest part because it also meant letting go of some control, but this is where systems and automations come into play. Whether it's automating the client onboarding process or using coaching software to manage your clients, or even hiring assistant coaches to do the coaching for you. Creating systems in your coaching business is going to be about getting the same results or sometimes even better results without you having to be involved in every step of the process, or without burning yourself out, because managing your workload and staying in this game is going to be the only thing that keeps your business sustainable. When I was taking on all the clients myself and juggling all the hats and all the responsibilities, I can tell you firsthand, it was exhausting. And if you're really serious about scaling your nutrition coaching business, you need to get out of this mindset. It's one thing to be committed and to do whatever it takes, but you can't be in that constant grind, doing everything yourself, or you're going to hit a wall. One of the smartest things I did at the beginning was learning to manage my workload. One of the easiest traps to fall into is thinking that more clients means more revenue. It doesn't always work that way. Sure, you might see a quick bump to your income, but if that also decreases the quality at which you perform your coaching, you're gonna burn out. You're not gonna be able to handle it. And you know this, you see this with your nutrition clients all the time. They go into a fat loss phase and they wanna push things harder than ever before, but they can't sustain it. So the results they would have got over the long term, they don't last. They fall off and they can't keep up with it. You need to do things differently in your business. So what I did instead was focusing on delivering more value to my clients in the same amount of workload, in the same amount of hours I was working. And I did this by working smarter, not harder, which meant optimizing and streamlining my coaching systems and working in some of those automations. One thing I needed to learn the hard way was I didn't want to make my coaching all about technology, but by not using technology in my coaching business, I was wasting so much time. I had been avoiding adding in technology and automations into my business because I was afraid of change. I was stuck in the mindset of doing things the same way they had always been done. But after getting burnt out and not being able to handle the workload, I realized how hard could this change be? So I started working things in little by little. For my payment processors, I started to work in recurring payments that would charge clients each and every month without me. I'd automate sending clients onboarding materials and schedule emails and timely reminders. In a lot of these cases, these resources and things you can do are totally free and you can start as soon as possible. You just gotta identify the bottlenecks and the things that you don't like doing and the things that take up all your time and start to work the technology in. You can also start to work in coaching softwares like Logi, Trainerize, PT Distinction, Coach Catalyst, which can automate almost all the tasks in your nutrition coaching business, like billing, like messaging, like the actual coaching. There are tons of areas in your business where you can set up these automations where you don't manually have to be doing them. Another important aspect of managing your workload is prioritizing your clients. You'll realize that some clients need more attention than others. Not all clients are created equal, and some are gonna take more time to coach them. And this doesn't mean just ignoring them. It means getting strategic and giving them what they need. One of the first things and smartest things I did in my coaching business was realizing I didn't need to do face-to-face Zoom calls to deliver the coaching. When I developed my hybrid check-in process where I would respond to client check-ins using a video voiceover, it took a 1-hour call with a bunch of small talk down to 5 to 10 minutes, much more effective with my time. My clients loved it and therefore they got better results, while still being personalized with an individualized service where people can feel like they're connecting with their coach, which is what they want, but not at the cost of doing 25 Zoom calls per week where you can't really handle or scale your coaching business. I was able to gain back a substantial amount of time, which meant being able to work with more clients in the same time restraints and make more money. At times, I even ran group coaching programs to scale this process even further, which gave my clients the advantage of being part of a community of like-minded people trying to get the same result, and also enabled me to work with more clients while still doing a coaching call, but just with multiple people, delivering the same result and scaling my time. Making more money doesn't always mean taking on more clients. It means being more effective with your time and delivering more value. And this is the craziest thing and the thing you're probably avoiding. It also means at times charging more for what you do to provide a better service. I've worked with so many private business coaching clients over the years. My client Ted is a great example, very experienced coach, worked with hundreds and hundreds of clients, knew exactly what he was doing, but didn't want to charge too much so that he could help more people. But by doing that, the people that he attracted were price sensitive. They didn't want to put a ton of effort into the process. So the results in his coaching business suffered and things never really grew. They never really scaled. When you can charge more for what you're doing, provide more value, get more strategic with your time, this is when things are going to grow. And through this process, you'll naturally be able to charge more in a higher rate. And guess what happens then? The clients who pay more are going to be the ones that are more committed. Those who pay attention, which makes them easier to work with. So it's going to be a win-win for everyone. Now, at a certain point, there's going to be only so much you can personally do. So you're going to need to think about outsourcing. This can be scary at first because it feels like giving up control and who's going to do it better than you. But there are people who can do it better than you. And this is absolutely necessary to keep your business growing. For example, hiring an assistant coach to do some of the coaching and maybe some administrative tasks as well is one of the smartest things you can do. Unless, of course, you don't like managing people. But in that case, you can delegate other things, maybe social media content creation or video editing to a professional. Either way, you want to take yourself out of some of the day-to-day tasks so you can work on your business and not just in your business. Additionally, taking on assistant coaches to work with some of the clients, either on an hourly rate or a revenue share, allows you to work with more clients overall, making it easier to scale. For me, this approach expanded my capacity, allowed me to focus on the big picture while being able to scale my business. And that's it, folks. There are many ways to start, grow, and scale your nutrition coaching business, but you need to be in tune with what is working and what isn't, acknowledging your own strengths and weaknesses, and then putting a strategic plan in place to grow so you can make more money in your coaching business in less time and help more people. If this is something you want more help and strategy with, and you're a nutrition coach making at least $5,000 each and every month, you may be a good fit for my private one-on-one business coaching. I've included the link to apply for that opportunity at the first link in the description below. Click on it, fill me in on your situation, and we'll be chatting about next steps. Now, as great as all these tips are, if you're really serious about starting and growing a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'll have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. In today's video, I showed you how to grow and scale your coaching business. In this video, I'm gonna show you 5 ways where you can compile a dream team for your business. You'll learn about it right here, so check it out now. I'll see you in the next video.